Welcome to 101. I'm Greg Bassett, your host from the Salisbury Independent newspaper. It's a big day here at PAC 14. We have one of our favorites in the house, Pam Gregory, the CEO president of the United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore. Welcome, Pam.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's good to see you.
So you had your big kickoff on Tuesday. So tell us what that means for United Way.
Yeah, it was a great day over at Salisbury University and started our 78th year of service here in the local community. So it's really a great morning.
So what does it mean when you have a kickoff? What happens now for United Way? What are we all supposed to do to rally around United Way?
Well, basically, let's get those donations started. But it's far more than that. So every year in the fall, we will kick off the annual campaign, which is obviously the kickstart of our fundraising season. But it really is when we want to also just energize the community, get folks involved in United Way's work with ourselves and with our partner agencies, some of our direct programs, and really get people excited about how they can make a difference in the community through giving, advocating, volunteering, and hopefully all of the above.
So we'll talk about all the programs, but I forget that maybe people don't remember how United Way works. So if I'm employed somewhere and I want to donate, what are my options? How does this happen?
Yeah, so there's a number of easy ways to work. We have still a very large number of organizations who let their employees give through a workplace campaign. And so what makes that nice is that most people opt in to give through payroll deductions. So somebody might say, well, I can't, donate I can't write a check for $260, but I get paid bi-weekly, so I could do, maybe $10 a pay, $5 a pay, $1 a pay, whatever that is. And that all adds up. You've got, whether you have 1 to 100 to 1,000 employees, that makes it work. And we have digital online portals now that are secure and personalized for every organization. We can even do Venmo and PayPal. We even can do crypto. And there's lots of ways that people can easily give. And of course, they can give a one-time gift, if they want to, through a credit or debit card or stroking a check. But we try to make it very easy for people to get involved.
Right, and it's so easy because when I did that, I didn't even miss the money, didn't even notice the money was gone. And at the end of the year when I did my taxes, I was like, wow, I'm a great guy because I gave a lot of money United Way this year.
That's exactly right. And you're right, you don't miss it. You think about, maybe that $5 or $6, every other day you spend at, Starbucks for a coffee or something. And think about what you could do with those dollars in the community or when it adds up. I mean, the perfect example is, $1 a pay, if you're paid 26 times a year, bi-weekly, is literally our cost for a full year of books for Imagination Library Child.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so a little goes a long way.
And then you have great events through the year, great social events where you can give and still have fun by participating.
Absolutely. We've got a really great one coming up shortly. We have Power the Purse, which is our Women United's signature fundraiser, and it's an online auction for some really awesome
I tried to
bags.
RSVP for this one yesterday, but it's a women's event.
Oh, you can come if you want. Absolutely. Bring it. It's on October 6th, and it really is a fun event. And if you're, you're shy, you can still play online with the auction. But our Women United is focused on women and family programs, and we have the Read to Succeed program, which our Women United help organize, although we're always looking for male and female readers. And that program is literally just teaming up with a child here in a local school in the 4 counties, teaming up with a child for 30 minutes a week just to help them get to grade level reading. Because that's really important. When we focus in usually on 2nd, 3rd grade, it's often said that children, they have to, up until 3rd grade, they have to learn to read. But after that, they're reading to learn. And if they're not at grade level reading by 3rd grade, they are behind the curve for the rest of their, academic career.
And there's other great events. You have the ball, the gala every December, which we all look forward to. And the Preakness event that you have, which is so terrific.
Well, we actually discontinued the Preakness this year and combined it with our annual Frisbee golf.
Okay, right, and you did, right.
Yes, yep. So Frisbee golf, finally, post-COVID, we finally got that back going and had an amazing time in Salisbury. In this summer. It was a little warm, but everybody was a good trooper, so we'll bring that back in the spring.
Well, you had lots of teams. It looked like a great turnout.
Yes, it was a really, really great crowd. We have a traditional golf tournament in early May.
But that's new for you, the last couple of years for that.
Yep, that's something post-COVID we brought back after maybe more than a decade. It had not happened. Very, very successful. People thrilled to be out. A lot of golfers in the area really enjoy it. Green Hill is so great to work with. And then, of course, our holiday ball. That's our signature event every year. It's coming up on December 3rd at the Hyatt in Cambridge. We'll open up individual ticket sales in October. But right now we still have sponsorships available, and it's turned into a weekend-long event for most attendees, and it's really amazing. The Hyatt's wonderful to work with, and it is the signature like event fundraiser for us, and really helps us make a large impact, and it's just super fun.
Yeah, it's a beautiful event. It's a beautiful facility. The food is always good, and everyone seems to have a great time. It's the right time of year, right before the holiday, before you're mired into all that stuff.
Yep.
And it's a great time to sort of cut loose and really celebrate.
Yeah, it really is. And, we really try to help folks understand when they're there the impact of what that means to be at this event, or even if we also have an online auction that actually opens Black Friday up through the evening of the event this year, 12/3. And so anybody can participate in that. And, local businesses, service organizations are just so generous to help us build some really cool things in the auction. So anybody can participate that way. But we've got some fun on-site stuff too. And we share some information throughout the night and make sure folks understand that, yes, we're there to celebrate the holidays, but we're also there making sure that the programs in our community can continue to thrive.
The dining event during the summer is a big hit.
Yes, we just wrapped up Dine, Stay, and Play this summer. We just wrapped that up on Labor Day weekend, and some results are still coming in, but we have many restaurants, hotels, and even this past year we added in play. So entertainment establishments like mini golf and things like that. Really great opportunity for those companies to say, hey, let's leverage the tourism that we have throughout the year and help our customers understand they can make a difference by, dining, playing, staying in our community. And it's been very impactful, very cool.
So you have all these nonprofits. They apply to you for grants every year, and you guys select the ones that you want to give money to and fix an amount. The board works on that, your committees. So tell me how that works for the nonprofits.
Yeah, right now we have about 41 nonprofits that we provide monthly funding to.
I remember when it was like 19.
Yeah, it's really grown. It's really grown. And every year it waxes and wanes for whatever reason. But we have, I guess between our partner programs and our direct programs like Imagination Library, Read to Succeed, those things, we have, over 75 programs that receive funding through our annual campaign support. But every spring and early summer, our nonprofit partners apply for partnership, and it's really not considered a grant application; it's considered a partnership application.
Okay.
Providing them funding during the year is obviously the cornerstone of that partnership, but it really goes beyond that because we really do try to walk alongside our partners. We try to make sure that we're offering them professional development opportunities during the year. We're there for other resources and connections that they may need, other trainings that we have. We're very fortunate to collaborate with the Community Foundation on quite a few things that help the nonprofit community with, capacity building or professional development.
And one of the things you love and talk about a lot is the Dolly Parton Imagination Library thing.
Yeah, okay, so we have this year celebrated 10 years with this program.
Really?
Yeah, wow. I remember when we launched it with our friends at the Wicomico County Library. We had a little launch event there back in spring of 2012. Our first books shipped in July of 2012. And we had 156 books go out to local kids, and now
that seemed like a lot at the time.
It sure did. That was great for our first, our first enrollment. It was so exciting.
Yeah.
We're over 4,700 a month now.
Wow, a month.
Yes, across the 4 counties, and we've served over 12,000 kids across the 4 counties. But the exciting thing is we now have an opportunity in celebration of our 10th anniversary. We're working with Tidal Health. Our funders, this program was started thanks to PNC's Grow Up Great program. They have a grant program that really helps hone in on child development, and they have been amazing since the start. But we have some other significant funders: the Henson Foundation, Donnie Williams Foundation, M&T Bank. I mean, we have many, many funders that are committed to this, committed to this program, thankfully, as well as, Frisbee Golf is a big fundraiser for it, et cetera. But now, thanks to them and additional, funding support, we're able to launch it in a partnership with Tidal Health called Smart Start. And so we're dotting I's and crossing T's, and hopefully within the next month or so, once a child is born at the hospital, before they even leave, we can get them automatically enrolled in the program. And they'll receive the very first book before they even leave the hospital. And the nice thing is we're integrating that to be bilingual options. So their first welcome book may be in Haitian or in Spanish or in English, depending on what the family's need is. And we're really looking forward to that. And we're calling it part of the Smart Start initiative because the hospitals also received grant funding from CareFirst to offer free car seats to families that need it. And then over time, as we develop what the needs are and we identify other funding sources, we'll add in some of those other family essentials that parents and babies might need.
And statistically, it's undisputed that you put a book in a kid's hand
100%.
at an early age, and
Yeah.
their progress is so much enhanced.
It is really, and a lot of folks don't understand the importance of reading to a child, even a baby. I mean, obviously the child isn't going to, read from, at birth, but they are going to pick up on themes and tones. They are going to get the understanding of and start to see the opportunity to learn colors and numbers earlier, learn inference. And the nice thing about the Dolly Parton program is that they have done a great job building the collection every year with different books. And they put reading guides in most of the books now so that, depending on the child's age, there's developmental learning tips in there. So you can kind of hone in on what during the child's age, whether they're 2 or 3 or 4, those milestones that you're trying to work towards. And we're very fortunate that we work with the 4 county school systems, and we can help compare the kindergarten readiness assessment scores with our enrollees versus the children who have not been in. And of course, it's not individualized, it's, composite data. But the kids in this program test more ready every year for kindergarten than their peers.
That's incredible.
So the opportunity to get children in the program sooner allows them to maximize the benefit to that, to the child and get them more ready for kindergarten. And it's really cool. And for Tidal Health, they have a campus in Seaford in Nanticoke. So we're also bringing in the Delaware Division of Libraries as our partner for Nanticoke, who will be serving the children born in Sussex County, because Imagination Library is actually a state-funded program in Delaware through the library system.
That's really cool. Now, another thing you guys do is the Alice Reports, which is a reporter I rely on because it's a really deep dive into what's going on in the community and how many people are at risk in terms of their income and expenses.
Yes, and so this is really important. So for those that aren't aware, ALICE stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained Employed. And it really is a much better snapshot of the families who are really struggling, making ends meet. They're working, but they often 2 jobs, but they just can't make ends meet. And COVID certainly, inflamed that, and inflation obviously is making it go even more challenging for folks. Pre-COVID, 46% of our 4 county families were struggling to make ends meet. Somerset, that is 53%. Dorchester is 52%, and it's significant. Think about that. 1 in every 2 or 3 families, 4 families are really figuring out, like, do I have dinner on the table this month, or do I get the medicine that I need, or a combination thereof? And it's a struggle. So the Alice Report really does dive in. There's some really great online tools now. We partner with other Maryland United Ways to bring the report for free to Maryland, but there are about 20-some states now that offer the report. And so through a national coalition, you can go online, you can dive in down to the county level, you can dive in at the legislative district level now. There's tools and new reports out there focusing on children and veterans and those with disabilities, which is really great. And then we expect the refreshed report to come out with, the full data set, hopefully in early 23. Of course, COVID delayed that a little bit, but yeah.
Do you have a sense of what's happened to the community during COVID, just based on the needs that you're seeing?
Food insecurity continues to rise, even as we're kind of coming out of, the height of the COVID pandemic. There were families who were reaching out during COVID for assistance for basic needs that had never had to reach out before, because suddenly, the household maybe lost a job, and sometimes many households are single parent families. And, you're also having to juggle at the time remote learning for your child. In our area, that's a challenge because, the internet is not reliable or even available in many of our rural communities. So it's been a significant challenge. The upside is that, some adapting occurred, and there's been some, at least you think about connectivity, at least that while we still have challenges with connectivity, at least it raised the spotlight on it so that those things can be addressed, hopefully quicker than they otherwise would have. So that's a blessing. one thing that was really amazing during the pandemic is how the nonprofit and government and other service communities really have pulled together and have stayed pulled together to work together to meet needs, which is great. But those challenges continue. The workforce is growing, but there's still staffing challenges for so many different industries. People are comfortable working remote, but that also can create challenges in the workforce when that doesn't really apply to some industries, and there's a trickle-down effect.
I have to ask about you a little bit because you've been in this job as the head for 2 or 3 years?
Actually, just coming up 4, yeah.
Coming up on 4
Coming
years?
up on 4 already, which is incredible.
So, but as one of the ones who, with Community Foundation and the people who help lead the various big foundations in town, Henson Foundation, Purdue Foundation, you're in a really interesting role in which you have to survey the entire community, figure out where the needs are, get money from people, and then distribute it. It's really a unique community position.
It really is, and I'm really blessed to have great relationships with our other partners. The Community Foundation, Henson, Purdue, Donnie Williams, we actually have started getting together about once a quarter just to talk about what those needs are, who can do what, is there somebody that we can help, whether directly or putting some resources together or making a referral somewhere and saying, hey, let's try to make that connection. And it's really been great because we can keep each other informed. We can call each other whenever we need to. And it's really been a very strong collaborative and friendly relationship. We're really fortunate with that. But and we all fund in different ways. So that's another benefit actually, because, if we have a once a year annual funding process. Community Foundation has a number of grant opportunities throughout the year, and the other foundations have their own processes. So if we have, someone reaching out to us for assistance, if it's not something we can accommodate because of our process and the way that we raise our funds, I can say, well, have you tried, or can I connect you to, or whatever, and that really helps.
It seems like going back years, 20, 30 years, that's how old I am, that there might have been like a competitive thing going on between these groups, but now there's collaboration.
Absolutely.
I just think it's so much better for the community as a whole.
It is, and we have all witnessed it firsthand. I say this all the time, and it's our United Way theme, Together We Live United, but we all know that we can just do so much more when we work together than we can if we try to be in a silo.
I see in the photos every year you're at the Shorebird Stadium with some young people who
Yes.
are involved in United Way, and you see them at SU when you have your event. They're very motivated. Tell me about how you try to get young people involved in this.
Sure. So we have a great Student United Way Club at Salisbury University. We also are working to incorporate more through Warwick and building up some UMES opportunities to that too, but it gets college students involved. It gets them on and off campus involved in the community, gives them some leadership opportunities. The Student United Way actually has their, I don't even know, maybe this is their 8th or 9th year, offering a zombie 5K event coming up in October, which the public is welcome to. It's family friendly, and the zombies behave, but it's really fun.
There are always great pictures in the paper.
There are, and it takes people from the community who may not be as familiar with SU. It gives them a really great tour of campus too, because the course is on campus. But that's really fun. But those students are really, they've got amazing hearts. They want to give. They want to get involved in the community. It gives them some great opportunities, and they do volunteering year-round, they do some fundraising year-round, and work with other clubs on campus, which is really great. Our Emerging Leaders is like a young professionals group, but we say young at heart, so even I'm allowed to show up to whatever they're doing. But one thing we've been working on is connecting in with the other young professional groups of the chambers, so that we can team up and again, collaborate. Why reinvent the wheel? So we can offer engagement opportunities like at Thanksgiving and at Christmas. Our Emerging Leaders basically adopt families and provide, in partnership with Tidal Health and a number of volunteers, Thanksgiving meals at Thanksgiving. And then at Christmas, adopt families and provide gifts for everyone in the household, not just the children, but obviously the children, get the most. But provide that, and then as well as breakfast baskets, so the family can enjoy, breakfast together. And our Emerging Leaders are great about helping to do that, and it's been awesome. We're really looking for opportunities there, though, to continue to build that group. But we connect them in with the young professionals through the chambers across the Lower Shore, because then you can also bring in the networking. You can bring in the professional development element. And so by working together, we're able to kind of help meet both needs.
So this year when I go online to register for National Folk Festival as a volunteer, your volunteer center thing, the collaboration you did with National Folk Festival was amazing, and you do it with lots of different groups in town. So United Way even helps raise volunteers.
Absolutely. So, that's part of our tagline, give, advocate, volunteer. And if you get people involved in the community, that's just going to obviously make the community stronger. But also it helps them understand that they can make a difference. Maybe not everyone can be a donor, but they can give of their time, which honestly is just as valuable. But oftentimes if they start giving of their time, they will turn into a donor for an organization. On the Get Connected Volunteer Center, which is shoregetconnected.org, anybody can go in there. We've got about 140, 150 nonprofits from across the Lower Shore, from everything. They don't have to be a United Way funded partner. This is open to any nonprofit organization to post their volunteer opportunities, their in-kind needs, even their special events. There's a community calendar on there. And volunteers can even, for free, just have a profile, track the interest that they're interested in. So if the Folk Festival, every time they make a new post, they get an automatic message, which is really cool, but volunteers can track their time and the impact. Then the value of volunteer time is significant to a nonprofit. It's worth over $28 an hour.
It's so funny, the mental exercise I go through when I volunteer, where I'm like, I should do that, and I go in and I find something, and then it's set up, and then I dread it, and I'm like, why did I do this? And then I go do it, I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? And then when it's over, I feel so good
Absolutely.
About what I've done and
Yes.
myself, and I don't know why I had that thing in the middle where I was annoyed by it. But it really is so fulfilling.
It is very, very fulfilling. Yes, no matter if you're passionate about animals, the environment, homeless prevention, you want help in a soup kitchen or whatever, anything like that. It really is fulfilling. It's eye-opening for many people.
Very much.
But even if you want to just go root people on a 5K, there's definitely something to do. And whether that's with any of those partners online or with United Way, you've got 30 minutes, a week. You can come help us read to a child in the community. That would be awesome. And it's just a really cool way to get involved and, like you said, feel good.
Yeah, and when you're there, the people are so appreciative that you're
Yeah.
there volunteering.
Right.
It's always a positive experience.
Yeah, there's studies out there that show those people who volunteer have better cardiovascular health, have lower stress levels, have better and stronger mental health. And it's, especially I have personally witnessed for myself. If I'm going through a stressful time, and I have some chronic medical issues. If I'm doing that, if I focus and I go and get involved in volunteering, it definitely gives me a positive physical effect. Yeah.
Let's talk about the process for raising money again. So if I'm a business leader, got a team, and I want my team to participate in United Way, what do I do?
Give us a call. So easy. Whether you want to get involved, just start as a sponsor for a fun event and get some people involved there. Maybe you want to serve on a committee. You don't have to be a board member to serve on one of our many committees, whether that's an event, fundraising, or one of our impact committees, Women United, Emerging Leaders, whatever. They have committees that help define what they're going to do throughout the year. But if you want to have a workplace campaign, we make it as easy as we can. We can do all digital. I mean, some people still want to engage via Zoom, and that's okay. We'll do it. If you've got 5 minutes at a staff meeting, you want us to come in and just give a little brief overview of where the dollars go, who our partners are, that's awesome. Again, we can do online giving very easily. We still have, paper traditional options for those organizations that want that. And we make it really easy. And, getting involved feels good, like you said, but getting involved is also critical to keeping our community moving.
What if I really believe in United Way, but my company is not engaged in it, like my boss isn't into it, and I want to motivate him or her to be involved?
I mean, if you can set up a meeting with us, that would be awesome, because then maybe we can address any concerns that the leadership may have. We can talk about what might work in the organization. And maybe it's normally just an opportunity to have a conversation about what are the social responsibility goals of the organization and how can we help you meet those goals.
Do you have a favorite program over the years? I know you love the Imagination Library, but anything that's really moved you?
Yeah, beyond Imagination Library, I love all of the programs. I really do. I really do love the Read to Succeed program. The Women United also engage with Girls on the Run, which is pretty awesome too. It's a really great way to empower young girls in elementary or early middle school to learn about self-awareness, to build their motivation and help train for, a 5K. And it's pretty powerful to watch the girls over time from the beginning of the season to the end. But I really do love the Read to Succeed program because it takes so little time and it makes such a difference. And if you can help a child be confident in their reading and help them start to enjoy reading, and we offer a really simple training for that, it can make a difference so much in the trajectory of that child.
So tell me about your Legacy Circle.
Yeah, so a couple years ago, we launched our 1944 Legacy Circle. So we were founded in 1944 here in Wicomico. And so this is an opportunity for community members to think about United Way in their long-term planning. And there's so many easy ways to get involved. You do not have to be a millionaire to leave, something when you pass to a local organization because, everyone, has the opportunity to still make a difference. There are very easy ways throughout the year to leverage the opportunities that you have to give. And also, we have a really great relationship and offer a free tool called Free Will that anybody in the community can access, and they can go very easily make a free will. And if it's a simple will, it's ready for you to take down and file with the Register of Wills, or it maybe can help you save a little time and money and prepare for what you may need to do if you have a more complicated estate and still need to get a lawyer involved and give you the platform. But it helps folks understand that there's so many ways that they can continue to make an impact in the community, and it really helps us be able to make plans longer term and know that some of the things that we are doing we can help sustain into the future.
You've got a great website. All the information is there. I encourage everyone to go to the website and poke around.
Thank you.
Learn more about United Way. If I go to the website, what is the website and what do you want me to look at when I get there?
uwles.org. And I want you to look at all the things. But if you focus in on a couple things, focus in on the impact, learn about our direct programs and our partner programs that we support, and then also focus in on ways to get involved.
Yeah, and the Alice information is all
Yes.
up there.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got a great little news slot which shows how active you guys are, who's
Yep.
donating money. There's a lot of the holding check pictures, but there's pictures of you all out in the community. Your Facebook page also is very lively.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We're really trying to work on building up our social media. We have a new marketing and events coordinator, and she's gotten us into Instagram stories more. And we're looking to launch a podcast here in the next several months. And so we're really trying to find new ways to engage and connect with folks in the way that they want to be engaged. So we're always looking for ideas. So we haven't gotten into TikTok yet, though. Yeah.
She's Pam Gregory. She's the president and CEO of the United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore. We're thrilled she had time to be with us here today. Thank you, Pam, for being here.
Thank you so much, Greg. I appreciate it. Always great to see you.
I'm Greg Bassett from the Salisbury Independent newspaper. Another edition of One-on-One right here on PAC 14.
First Shore Federal is proud to support PAC 14 and One-on-One. We'd encourage every business to support PAC 14 and pick a program and support it, and let's make a difference.